Welcome to 10 TV Plus. I'm your host, Meteorologist Dylan Robichaud, alongside Jay Plyburn. Jay, one day from Christmas.
Holiday edition. Here we are.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's try that again. There it was.
Let's go. All right, so we got a few different things that we're going to be tracking out here today. We didn't get the white Christmas that we were hoping for.
But there's still time.
There's still time.
It's not coming.
It's not coming.
It's
no.
going to be a wet Christmas.
We would need a miracle, but look behind you. We have been making snow like it's nobody's business up here at Logan County, Mad River Mountain. They have been open over the last few days. They were making lots of snow out there. It looks like we have quite a bit of snow. I see one person out there, but nonetheless, it's been cold enough. We haven't had the snow. We haven't had natural snow, but it's been cold enough to make artificial snowfall. So that's what we're kind of seeing out there today. Now, as we go ahead and take a look here, you can see as we move the camera, the lifts are not moving yet, but I did see the groomers out there a bit ago. Current snow cover, you have to head up towards the northern plains, Minnesota. Wisconsin even had some snowfall out there, and then also upstate New York, up towards the Adirondacks. You know, a white Christmas around here, it is hard to get them, and they're not often. Since 1952, we've only had 27 white Christmases. Since 2004, we've only had 4 white Christmases. So this is not something that we are not accustomed to going back in time. And part of the reason is, you know, you hate to sound like a broken record, but a warmer climate. And in fact, it's not just across the Midwest. If you look at all of our over 1,000 stations here throughout the country, 64%, that's about 2/3, have been recording less snowfall since 1970. On the contrary, roughly 1/3 have been recording more snowfall here over the last 50 years or so. So that's about a half century of data. Parts of New England has actually been getting more. They've been getting more of these more juicy, robust nor'easters that kind of dump snow, but out across Ohio, we've been receiving less. Part of the reason why we've had less snowfall here in central Ohio is, believe it or not, less lake ice here, less ice coverage on the Great Lakes. For example, Lake Erie used to have about 95 days per year where they would have a covered lake with ice. Now that's dropped down to about 65 days per winter. And so as the Great Lakes aren't as frozen, what happens is that as cold air comes down from Canada, the lakes actually can warm them up. Whereas if you have a nice coating of ice, that can actually allow those cold fronts to stay cold, which can make it so that what would be rain in central Ohio then becomes snowfall. On the contrary, less lake ice has actually led to more snowfall across northeast Ohio, because if you have ice, you're not going to get lake effect snow. So you melt the ice, and then that actually allows for more lake effect snow. I know that's a lot of details to go through, but it's pretty interesting once you actually take a deep dive into the numbers. There she is, the city that we love, Lower.com Field right there, downtown Columbus, Nationwide building. Looks beautiful here on your Christmas Eve. Your sun came up today at around 7:51. Sun goes down at about 5:11 p.m. Your day length now is about 9 hours and 20 minutes on the nose. Your sunset is actually starting to get much later. So as we look at this right here, about 3 weeks out from now, the sun goes down at 5:29 p.m. So if you don't like the shorter days, we've already got past the solstice, so we're actually going to be increasing daylight. Our earliest sunset was back on December the 7th at 5:09 p.m. That was the earliest sunset. The least amount of daylight happened on December the 21st, and then our latest sunrise has not happened yet. So we are still technically losing daylight in the morning for another couple of weeks until January the 4th. That will be our latest sunrise. All right, let's talk some business, and let's talk about what is going on in the forecast today. Things are dry, cloudy, dreary, whatever you want to call it today, but next weather impact, Christmas Day. Showers. I tried to keep Christmas as dry as I could. That's not the trend now. Things are trending a little bit more rainier as we head into tomorrow. Here's that cold front that we saw. By the way, folks up here in New England are getting a nice little coating of snow. There's that cold front now, moving on down to the south. Central Ohio is not looking bad at all right now. Cloudy and dreary, but we're not looking at anything too significant. If you are out there traveling today, whether you're heading up towards Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Lexington, no major weather issues. Okay, if you're traveling by air to other parts of the country, well, that could be a different story. But if you're heading to Cincinnati, cloudy, There could be a few snow flurries left over across Pittsburgh, PA, but 41 degrees. I mean, it's more likely going to be rain at that point. And then in Lexington, it's dry. Could even get some glimpses of the sunshine down there. Now, let's take a look at your hour by hour going into today. And this is going to start you off your Christmas morning. Most of your Christmas is actually pretty dry, but we're looking at a weak warm front moving on through by mid-afternoon on Wednesday. This is 3 o'clock. You can see some showers rolling into the area. Some of these could be moderate to maybe even temporarily heavy, but we're expecting mostly a light, misty drizzle kind of thing going on tomorrow. 9 o'clock in the morning, not looking too bad, and then things keep on rolling out of here. We're looking pretty good by 8:30 p.m. here on Thursday morning as that moves on out. Talk about a lot of polarity here with the weather over the last few days. Things got so downright chilly this weekend because of this right here. Look right there, the jet stream, ooh, all the way down towards Louisiana. Now the building blocks are going to be changing for a nice warm setup late week. Take a look at this. As high pressure moves on in, we're going to be looking at temperatures back to the 50s. Some forecast models have us knocking on the door of 60 by the weekend. It's hard to imagine that. Average high about 39 for this time of the year. By Saturday, we're at 57 degrees. Now, it would be nice if we would have a bright sunny sky. That's not the case. We're going to be looking at kind of a cloudy, wet, rainy 57. Take a look at this temperature trend. Christmas, not bad. I mean, you're pretty much near normal. And then as you head towards Saturday, we're about 19 degrees above normal. Sunday, 18 degrees above normal. So we're in for it big time. Things are going to be much warmer around here. 6 to 10 day outlook. Take a look at this. Temperatures are going to be warming up. And in fact, we have about 90% confidence level that as we head through the end of December into the first few days of 2025, we're going to be looking at some exceptionally warm weather around here. Above average temperatures going into the beginning of 2025. First week of January, looking at rainier than average conditions as well. 7-day forecast will show you exactly what we're talking about. Well, let's start off here talking about today, where things are not looking too bad out here. Clouds, and more clouds. Temperatures here in the middle end of the 40s. No rain in the forecast, though. And then as we get a look here at your Christmas, take a look at this. Just some light rain, low clouds, no big issues out there for Rudolph tomorrow. Kind of a dreary day, but a nice day to stay inside with family nonetheless. Thursday morning, we are going to be looking at some showers early in the day. Showers begin to roll on out. This is 5 o'clock in the morning, so unless you're traveling at 5 a.m., I'm not really concerned about you. 8 o'clock, that's out of here. Most of your Thursday's not looking too bad. Rain chances, though, are relatively low on Friday. They're only going to be about 40%, and then by Sunday, we're up to about a 60% chance of rain. Monday and Tuesday, back down to 40 and 20% respectively. And then on Saturday, things are going to be warming up. I do want to take a minute here to talk about Sunday because take a look at this. We have this conveyor belt of deep moisture from the south, tropical downpours we're going to be tracking for Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, this is early. You're probably in bed, but 3:30 in the morning, heavy downpours expected. Then as we head towards Sunday afternoon, finally, that begins to roll on out of here and we begin to move on with things. By Monday of next week, we'll be looking at temperatures in the low 50s as we remain above normal for this time of the year. Either way you swing it, though, we are going to be gearing up for some significant changes here this weekend. Can you believe with how cold it was at that Buckeye game?
I know.
We're near 60 this Saturday, so wouldn't it be nice if we had the game last week today?
Yes.
Or this Saturday instead.
Switch places, yeah. And as nice as it would be to see a white Christmas, as we know, temperatures dropping below freezing and that level of precip does cause issues on the roads with a lot of people going out to holiday gatherings and everything. Maybe we should take what we can get.
Yeah,
and,
nice dusting would have been nice, but
nice dusting
it could be worse. I mean, Mother Nature
Absolutely.
would say, hold my drink and give you a foot of snow probably.
Yeah, or freezing rain, which would make things very nasty out there. So.
Right. All right, weather trivia time here.
My favorite.
Let's take a look at today's question. Columbus had their biggest Christmas snowstorm when? Okay, so obviously December 25th, but what amount of snow?
Biggest Christmas snowstorm.
What is the most amount of snow that has fallen on Christmas Day in Columbus?
So we got under a foot, just over a foot, just under 2 feet, or just over. I'm gonna go with see. 21 inches. Oh, 7 inches.
7 inches.
That's enough to cripple things.
And that was back
way back.
That was in the 1800s. So over the last 134 Christmases, we have not had a snowstorm over 7 inches.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that
That's
incredible?
That would have been a white Christmas.
That would have been
Half a foot
yeah.
of snow.
The definition is you have to have 1 inch on the ground or more. So let me go back over here and show you exactly what's. So we just talked about the snowiest Christmas, 7 inches back, December the 25th, 1890. The coldest Christmas, ironically enough, was almost exactly 100 years later. We had -12 for the temperature on that Christmas. The warmest Christmas was back in 1893, 64 degrees. So generally speaking, the climate has been warming. But if you go back to the 1800s, you'll see that we did have a few occasional Christmases where we were in the 60s. The temperature in Columbus on December 25th today is on average about 2.3 degrees warmer than it was back in the 1800s when we started getting some more meteorological records. So how about that?
How about them apples?
How about that?
Life has progressed, and the hot days are.
Yep. With Boomtown now, we're starting to kind of build outwards, so that's allowing for obviously warmer temperatures.
7 inches all those years ago.
Yep. It's cool stuff. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah.
That does it for us here on 10 TV Plus. Michael is back at 4.